Thought Puka, he's a heck of a receiver. And that defense, man, they were flying around. Aaron Donald, he's an issue no matter how many resources that you try to put his way. So, but ultimately, man, we did what we had to do to win that game and played it the right way. And in the critical moment, seal the game. We put it in Goff's hands. He gets it to Saint, and we're able to kneel on it. So it's an outstanding job.
What about the job of Goff today?
Yeah, just thought he played top-notch football. He probably had 2 errors, and everything else was. I thought he was on point. He looked loose. He looked relaxed. I thought he threw the ball with conviction. Was strong in the pocket, got us in the right play, and he felt that way all week. He just was locked in all week, and he's really been that way for 6 weeks now, like where you really feel like, whew, he's really honed in here. So just really proud of him, and what he means to us and his play today. And I bring it back again. He's one of the reasons that we won this division, and he's another reason why we just won our first playoff game here in 30 years. So what a stud.
You downplayed all week the emotional toll this matchup could have for him. He downplayed it as well, but the crowd was chanting his name from the start. We haven't heard that.
Do you think you like that?
I'm sure he did.
Would you like that?
Nice gesture. To play with, the level-headedness that he normally does in an emotionally charged environment, how impressive is that?
Yeah, I expect that out of him. Look, he's played plenty of football, and he's been in all different types of environments, and I think, if anything, it probably felt a little special when you hear it every once in a while. I wouldn't think that would make him tight or, if anything, probably gave him a little boost. He just, listen, man, he's steady, he's reliable, he makes plays when you need him, and the guys love him. They respect him, and he's a leader.
So you see you put the ball in his hands before.
Hold on. Go ahead, Wojo. He had started. Sorry, Dave. I know I'm looking at you, and then I look back.
I know it just happened that way at the end, but did you want, obviously, at some point to have the ball in his hands at the end? You were going to throw.
Well, no, that wasn't like I didn't go in saying, all right, at the very end of this game, even if we should run it, we're going to just put it in his hand. But it was there. That was the moment where we need to seal this game. And we felt like the right thing to do was put it in his hands and get it to our best player. And we did that, man. Those guys executed, and he just ran in my office, man. We were hugging and laughing and enjoying it, and talked about that last play. And I said, how many times have we done that over a 2-year period here? And a ton. And he's made the same play, and he did it again. And so a lot of trust in him, a lot of trust in our line, the backs, and certainly those receivers, St. Brown in that case, to make the play.
And you're going to play a lot of playoff games. What about this environment? And the Rams had to burn 2 timeouts, I guess.
That is arguably the best environment I've ever been in. That was absolutely electric. And I think what's crazy is I was coming down for pregame warm-up, and you could just feel it. It was humming. The building was humming, and I swear you could feel the electricity down the tunnel from where I was coming down, and it only just grew from there. So, man, our fans showed up in a big way. That was clearly, and I thought, man, for 2 years now, that building's been rocking. It was different today. That was a whole nother level, which is what the playoffs are all about. So our fans showed up in a big way. They helped us win this game.
Obviously, next game up, you're not going to take too long to, basket the glory.
But you don't know that.
How long will you take? Just they talked to you a little bit about the emotional side of it a little bit. But, man, first time in 30-plus years, you understand, you're part of the 0-16 team. We talked to you about it before. To actually do it and accomplish it, what was those feelings and emotions like as the final seconds went by?
I guess in that moment, I don't think of it like that. And I don't even know if I'm really going to understand all of it until I have time to just sit back, season's truly over, and look back on it. Because I guess I'm just kind of, man, believe me, I'm so thrilled. I'm excited. We got our first playoff win. And I'm happy for those coaches and those players we're all a part of it. You know, to be able to do something that's greater than yourself, it takes everybody around you doing their job, doing it on a high level, and you got to be able to trust them. It's special. It's different than anything, man. And it's why you do what we do. It's not the money. It's about the competition. It's about the camaraderie and to be the best of the best collectively. So I know this. We were fighting for the 2 seed and to get another home game, and we got another home game. So it's awesome, and we had to earn that, and we earned that with a win today.
What about your defense? 3 stops in the red zone.
Yeah.
A 9 and 6 yard line in a 1-point game. You guys were 2 to the red zone. They were over 3.
That was the difference. That was the difference. And we wanted to be disruptive today. We were going to be aggressive. It wasn't perfect, but at the end of the day, we knew we had to limit points, keep them out of the end zone. We did that. We talked about it at halftime. We needed to stop. We needed to get our special teams involved. I mean, we really weren't even involved. They hadn't punted yet. And sure enough, our defense comes out. We get the stop. First possession out of halftime. And now, our special teams helps us out. There again, Jack Fox was big on the offensive side when we had to punt. But and then those guys kept them out. They kept them out. And limited them to 3 points. And there again, it wasn't perfect, but we did what we had to do against that opponent, And it was another example of, man, we came out hot on offense. And then, second half, we were kind of back and forth with the defense, man. They pulled their weight. And so we played complementary football. We needed all 3 phases to win this game, and that's what the playoffs are about. You do whatever you have to do to beat the opponent that you're up against. Certainly got a lot of respect for Coach McVay and what they've done over there. It's a heck of a season they've had, and that's a tough team, man. And we knew it was going to come down to the wire, but we did enough to win that game.
To build on Tim's question just a little bit there, specifically the defense, the breakups or the tight coverage of CJ in the end zone, followed by Cam on that third down.
Yeah, those are big.
The secondary was struggling much today to come up with those big one-on-one plays. How big was that for you?
It was huge, and it goes back to, look, as long as we're back there fighting and scratching and clawing and competing, that's all that matters. That really is. And yeah, we got hit on a couple of things, but I think that's what you get encouraged with. That, man, they don't go in the tank, they don't crawl in a shell, they go back and just keep fighting. And Cam came up with a big play for us. That was huge. Got him back out of field goal range, forced the punt. And Ducey, you don't have to worry about his confidence. He's always going to come back and fight. So there again, ultimately, we did what we needed to do. And I was proud of AG for not. We made a couple of adjustments that I thought were crucial. We ran a little more match coverage, but we kept dialing up pressure too. And we're not going to be something that we're not. We're going to do what we feel like's best to let our guys cut it loose and go make plays.
You said 2 more questions.
You said Goff has really been locked in within the last 6 weeks.
Look, he's been locked in all year. The only reason I bring that up is just, I just feel like it's been at another level over the last probably 6 weeks. And believe me, we won a lot of games before that 6 weeks. I mean, it was why we're where we're at. We banked a lot of wins. But anyway, keep going.
What did you see in him to notice that he took that to another level?
No, I think it's just the way he goes about his business, and you feel like when you see him in walkthroughs and he's in the huddle and his command of the plays that we're getting ready to run and his detail to what he wants the receivers, the O-line, or where the protection's going, or what he's going to do with it, interaction with Ben Johnson. There's just these little things that I feel like are big, and it's kind of an indicator of where he's at. And I really feel like he's just getting better and better and better, honestly. I mean, I think he's playing his best football at the right time this year. And he's taken great care of it. I thought he played fast and efficient today, got rid of it early with critical throws down the field or back to the backs in a check down, or, check down out into the flat and let those guys make plays. And, man, that's, you do that, you're seeing the field and you're seeing it fast. He's really been that way for a while now.
Yeah.
Last one, Dave.
What did Sam go through to get on the field this week? I think the first play behind Denver, he was one of the blockers out there. So just his effort and delivery at the battle.
He did a ton. And it's a credit to Fish and those guys, Sundin, or trainers and all those guys in the to get him back. And it was honestly, it was kind of 24-hour care there. And I don't know all the voodoo magic they did to him. I can't explain all of it, but it was critical in just getting the swelling out and getting it to where it felt better and to where he trusted it, and really I felt like Wednesday, you just want to make sure that he feels comfortable. And you could tell by Wednesday he was, all right, I can do this. And it just got better and better every day. So credit to all those guys, and certainly Sam. I mean, he's tough. He's tough, and he wasn't going to let it hold him down. And, we put in some things to really spread the ball around, to our other guys, because we didn't know if we would have him entirely. But we knew we needed him in the run game, and he showed up and helped us today.